Let's take that. So if we do, okay. So here there's an error here. Need to put that as 2 seconds. So you can see the sound, it's coming in very fast. So we need to adjust some of the timing. Okay, I see my error. I hope you guys can spot my error. Here I'm waiting 4 seconds. Here I'm waiting 1 second. So I need to adjust that. Then for Ruby, just again confirm. Here I'm waiting 2 seconds, 2 seconds. Let's trace this. Yeah, so that's isn't that cool? So you guys can experiment.
But we are not able to hear the voice. Yes, you can see the arrangement of the block. It's good. The time interchange is good, but now the voice. As much as you are able to see the speak block there, we cannot hear that voice.
You didn't hear at all? Alex, did you hear?
So I think you'll have a challenge to hear since Brenda is virtually, but if you recreate the same blocks and do it on your computer, you'll be able to hear that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's my volume that is low. Let me try increase my volume and see. I can hear it from my end.
Yeah, we are able to try it out. I think because you are virtually. Yes, I've just checked it. You are able to hear. We can proceed.
Okay, all right. That's awesome. Another thing I would like us to test is the changing the. I know yesterday we changed the backdrop, so I want us to do that here and see how do you transition, in your animations. And before we change that backdrop, you can even change.
Just before you proceed, you see where we have the girl at the beach and the green flag. So do you have to click the okay, click it so that you can see the trend of the conversation? Because if I click the one paired block, the upper blocks that are paired, it will give me one side of the conversation. Then to click on the flag up there to give the full complete conversation.
Yes. So this flag here, when you finish writing your code, you have your entire thing. You click this flag here. If you click on these flags in here, it will only test this block of code. So if I click here, I will only see Ruby saying, "I am well, thank you," for 2 seconds, and her speaking. So inside, you just use it to test every stage of your code to see that it's working the way you intended before you go. Now do the entire project here. And this button here can even increase the size of the screen so that you are seeing something more cooler. So you come here to the front end. When you press here, it plays the whole thing. And that is what you see when you view other people's projects in the explore area. Okay?
Okay, perfect. Let's go on.
All right. So here, you can see the way she's standing, her hands are related. So maybe after she great, nice to see you on the. You can also, after maybe a few seconds, I'll just put it to maybe 0.2 seconds. I want her to change the position in which how her hands are positioned. Because if you come here to costume, you'll see she can lift her hands or she can put them behind her. So after saying great, nice to see you on the beach, wanna swim, I want her to change the way she's standing. and then they maybe, yeah, like that. So when I click on it, after she says wanna swim, you'll see her hands. So first of all, I need to so if I click, yeah, so you saw the transition in her hands. And I added this at the beginning so that every time I click the flag, her hands are up. Then at the end of the conversation, her hands are behind her back. So if you want to see the different positions that Ruby can take, you can also watch her questions and then in a sitting position. But since we don't have a bench here, it's unrealistic to make her sit. So we leave her standing the way she was. The next thing, you want to be able to change the backdrop. So maybe after one swim, Ruby will say, no, let's head somewhere else. So you can come and check the backdrop and see where else could these girls go to after leaving the beach. Maybe they'll go to the bench and say, let's go sit at the bench. So you want to program those backdrops. So here will be, remember to check the timings. After one swim, that is like 4.2 seconds. Then we want Ruby to say, let me say 4.3 seconds. We want Ruby to say, no, let's go sit at the bench. Something like that. Remember to count your timing and always test out so that you can adjust. You can be adjusting. So here she will say, so Ruby will refuse to swim and say she wants to go sit. So here we find our voice and just type. Sorry. I'm not sure about my timings, but let's just test it. Some time problem. Maybe we can adjust maybe 6. Hope that's not so long. Cool. I hope you guys can see those transitions. And then after she says, let's go sit at the bench, you can then add code to say, change the backdrop to the bench. So I'll put there maybe test that. Yeah, so here they have come to the bench, and I think now an assignment that you can do from your end, because I see we have only 3 minutes, so let's take maybe a few questions. For your assignment, you can try, now they're at the bench because we have, Ruby can be able to sit down. So I want you to try and add code. Make sure you click on Ruby. After they're at the bench, maybe you can put a waiting time, make her move So remember, you have to move her from here to maybe somewhere here, and then make her sit. Yeah. So you want to adjust your, yeah. So I want you to try and do that. From her standing position, bring Ruby here and make her sit. Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah, that will be okay. I've seen some even trying to do. So I'll let them have that done.
Okay. Do you have any questions? I see we have 2 minutes.
Any question? Girls, do you have any question, boys?
Yes, I have. How to change the background and the time you want?
That has been idea. I have one asking how the background. You're asking about the background being changed. No, that has been that is the last thing that
Yeah,
has.
yeah. Switch backdrop to bench. I hope that's answered. So what I'm going to do, let me share this project.
Okay.
Let me just name it animation 1.
Okay.
Then I'll copy this link and so you can open that link and it will take you to that project to see the code. If you need to adjust from your end, you can adjust and save it on your machine or something, so on and so forth. I think that's the end of the short presentation. Magu, you can check it out. Have 1 minute.
Can I have the link sent? Give the link so I can have it sent WhatsApp.
Okay.
So I can just share because we are going for our game. I think they will have time to integrate with their gadgets.
Okay, Alex, I've sent it to your WhatsApp. Forward it to all.
Okay.
Sure. Thank you, Brenda. I wished we had more time, but because of other engagements, we have to end there. I'll be passing by Molim so we can discuss on how